Hello, this video is for Stat 310 Handout 8 Part C and includes a discussion of a two-way ANOVA model when the interaction term is not significant. Okay, let's go ahead and get started then. So the example that we have here for this particular handout is regarding a large retail corporation and their use of couponing. Okay, there are three different coupon types that are going to be considered. Coupons that are obtained via email, through a postcard, or through other social media. So that's my coupon levels. And then the other variable that I want to consider is the product group, whether or not it was considered an essential item or a non-essential item. Here's the data for this particular analysis that we're going to use here, or for this is the data for this example, and we're going to analyze that data now. The model again for a two-way ANOVA, we have some alpha terms, which is here are going to reflect the effect due to the coupon type. I have some theta terms, which are going to indicate the effect due to the product group. And then I have that interaction term as well, which in this particular example is not going to be significant. Okay. The graph that I'm going to end up kind of creating is this one here. And this is just going to reflect the average from the different combinations between the coupon type and the product group. Okay, so this 2.91 here, this is in, I think, thousands is the scale here. So this is 2,910, I think, sales. Is that what it is? Dollars? I'm not sure what the response is here. Total sales, yep, on targeted products over a particular time period. So this might be over a week or something. So that number there is $2,910, I guess. So for the essential items, it looks like email seems to be an optimal. We want to maximize sales here, so that seems to be optimal. And then likewise for the non-essential items, okay, email seems to be optimal here. All right, so unlike what we had before, the optimal setting seems to not depend on whether or not I'm talking about essential or non-essential item. Here's the graph that we have for that. If I quickly show you how to do that, I have color or marked by the product group here. Okay, so you can see that has been done. So when I go analyze fit Y by X, I'm going to say sales here. I want to do that across coupon type. My coupon types are what I have on the bottom here. And then I need to do a matching column. So let's go ahead and do a matching column with the other variable, which is going to be my product group. Bring that into view here. Those are my two lines that I'm looking at, which are just the averages there. For each of those, I can get rid of the dots here, turn the dots off maybe, and then that's the display that I gave you in the notes. One thing that you do have to be a little careful about is the scale here. We could make the scale down to 0 if we wanted, just because that's kind of 0 means no sales. So this is maybe a slightly better, truthful comparison of what's going on between the two groups. So you can see that these are certainly not that different from one another. So they're not necessarily parallel, but it's not a significant deviation from being parallel. Or at least that's what the interaction test is going to tell me here when I look at it in a moment. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the analysis. I do that under my fit model. So maybe I should show you that one more time here. Analyze fit model. Okay, I want to compare sales. I want to do that across coupon type and product group. So that's going to come down here. Product group's going to come down here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the interaction term in there. All right. But I don't think it's going to be significant. So highlight both of those, hit the cross term. That's going to be that interaction term. Go ahead and hit run. And again, like before, I'm going to get all sorts of output here. We can minimize a lot of this output. What I care about over on the left-hand side is all the way down here on the bottom, underneath the effect test. Now, again, like we said before, I get information about the coupons, I get information about the product groups, and I get information about the coupon type cross product group. And again, I need to figure out which of these columns I should be looking at. And we do that by determining what's happening with my effect tests. All right, let's go look at the effect test now. So we start in the bottom and we work our way up. All right, when we do this. Now here, my interaction term is not significant. So what that means is I don't have to worry about the combination of these two treatments working together. So if this is not less than 0.05, what that means in words is the effect of the coupon does not depend on the product group in terms of the average number of sales. So we don't have enough evidence to say that the effect of the coupon depends on the product group. We do have very slight differences here, but they're not statistically important. Okay, so what that means is I get to look at each of these effects in isolation of the others. So in this particular example, I can look at the p-value for coupon and I can look at the p-value for product group. So that's what we call the main effects. So because this is not significant, I'm going to move up and look at test A and test B that I have indicated here. Test A is going to compare the coupon types and test B is going to compare the product groups. So on the left-hand side, I got the coupon types. On the right-hand side, I got the product groups. Again, the alphas are denoting the effect due to the coupon type. The thetas are denoting the effect due to the product group. The main effect for coupon type, which was test A, was significant. Up here, that's significant. It's less than 0.05. So that tells me that I do have some effect due to the coupon type in terms of average sales. The p-value for product group was not significant. So I do not have differences, okay, between the two product groups, which is the essential and non-essential items. So statistically speaking, okay, there's no difference between essential or non-essential items in the number of in average sales, right? That's the response here that I care about. So I have differences for coupon type, but I do not have differences for product group. So when I'm doing my multiple comparisons now, I do not have to worry about the interaction. So I'm going to close that one because that was not significant. I do not have to worry about product group because that was not significant. The only column that I need to consider is the coupon type. Again, because of the significance here. This p-value right here is saying you got something going on with the coupon types. There's some effect due to coupon type. What the multiple comparisons is going to go do is figure out what that effect is. So that's why I'm going to work under coupon type here. I'm going to select Tukey HSD. I'm going to get my order difference report just like I've done all along. Okay, and what am I learning from my order difference report here? Or what am I learning from my letterings? Maybe it's easier to see it right here with the letterings. I want to try to maximize sales. I want this mean to be as large as possible. It looks like I should use email. Okay, email is going to be your best option for the essential group, and it's going to be the best option for your non-essential group. I know that because the interaction term was not significant. So if I'm trying to maximize sales, I should use the email as my coupon type. Okay, there's not a difference between mailing somebody a postcard, like the Kohl's Cash card that you would get, or a mailing for Kohl's Cash, for example. Kohl's is a company that still does postcards or mailings. There's not a difference between the social media and postcard there, so those both have B's. But emailing is going to have a significant change in the average number of sales. So the optimal setting here would be email. And that's true, again, for the essential and non-essential products because the interaction term was not significant. Okay, so that's all of that. You can look at the confidence intervals here to tell us how much of a change there's going to be. So we haven't done that recently, but the confidence interval indeed tells me how much of a change there is. Okay. A little bit about how the least square means are estimated. So just kind of walking through that model. We won't have to worry about that here. I have a custom test being done down here. Okay, so again, the idea of a custom test is that I get to combine groups, which will sometimes increase my power. So here it looks like I'm comparing, is there some effect to product type for the social media coupons? So again, isolating just on social media, can I say I have differences between the two product groups? And again, I'm going to gain power here because I'm combining information. And here that p-value is significant, so I can say that that is a significant change here over here on the right-hand side. So that little gap there on the right-hand side is significant. Okay. Again, I can do that through a contrast statement. Here's checking our assumptions. Which again, we're not going to worry too much about those. So what did I learn here? Some of the overall effects. Some final thoughts, excuse me. The test for the interaction was not significant. So we can consider the effect of coupon type separately from the effect of product group. The main effect for coupon type was significant. So that means I do have differences across coupon types, but the main effect for product group was not significant. So I don't have to worry about differences in essential and non-essential. Multiple comparisons are done, and we determined that email was found to do better than both postcard and social media in terms of the average number of sales. We did a custom test to determine just for coupon type social media, can I say I have differences between non-essential and essential items, and I was able to establish a statistically significant difference there. Okay, that does it then for Handout 8, Part C. Thank you very much for listening and have a good day.